5% since President Trump took office.
Are we at war currently?
Which is twice.
Are we
It's
at
up
war
twice that much
currently?
every year under the Biden administration.
Are we at war currently?
The conflict has been halted.
John Larson had a simple question for Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. Is the United States at war? Instead of giving a direct answer, Bessent sidestepped the question and said the conflict had been halted. Larson asked again, "So we're not at war?" Once again, Bessent avoided the question and changed the subject. Then, Bessent argued that Americans were better off because core inflation had fallen. That answer clearly frustrated Larson. He pointed out that families are still paying higher prices and that gas costs remain a major concern for his constituents. His argument was straightforward. If prices are rising and Americans are being affected by the conflict, why won't the administration even acknowledge what is happening? For Larson, the issue was bigger than inflation numbers. Americans are watching events unfold, seeing the impact on their daily lives, and hearing officials
Always kind of
refuse to use the word
unusual
war.
when you start a
If you'd like
hearing
to support the channel
and are
access
instructed what
exclusive
you
content,
can
click the
say or
join
can't
button below.
say in an
Your
open and
support
free
helps us continue
democracy.
bringing you these videos.
But having said that, you mentioned in your testimony core inflation a couple of times. What's the difference between core inflation and inflation?
Many people believe, or it is in general, energy prices and food prices, which are much more fast-moving. And I would say that energy prices will roll down when this Iran conflict ends.
So is gasoline considered part of core inflation?
Yes, sir.
It is. So those remarks, core inflation reflects gasoline prices.
Core inflation, it reflects the underlying trend in inflation and whether that inflation has become endemic to the system as it did during President Biden's
Has the war in Iran had anything to do with core inflation?
Sir?
Does the war in Iran have anything to do with core inflation? Or you can't answer that, or either, or are we precluded from asking that?
Well, I'm not sure what the question is.
Let me make it as simple as I can. Does the war in Iran, are you with me? Does the war in Iran
thus far,
have witnessed the rise in gas prices as it caused?
Well, again, that is the regular inflation, and gas prices have gone up, which I believe will be temporary.
Gas prices have gone up, but you believe they're temporary.
Core inflation has dropped 0.5% since President Trump came to office.
Geez, you know, when I'm home in my district, I'm going to just tell those people, geez, you know what? You've missed this whole thing. Don't you understand core inflation? You guys are better off. I mean, these gas prices, I don't know what you people are thinking out there. For God's sake, you know, you should be doing cartwheels in the street over the price of gas. So what is the administration's plan to lower gas prices?
We've taken the many.
Are you in favor of eliminating the gas tax?
We have moved to.
Are you in favor of eliminating the gas tax?
We would like to work.
Are you able to answer that, or is that not answered?
Well, if I'm not interrupted, I can, Congressman.
Well, I'm waiting for your answer.
We have asked Congress to move to eliminate the gas tax. That is done through statute.
You have moved that. So you're in favor of eliminating the gas tax.
We have asked for that.
So we can join bipartisanly today because you're in favor to eliminate the gas tax.
Again, the White House has asked for it, sir.
They have? Why isn't it before the committee for a vote?
I don't run the agenda.
Well, it's good to hear that we're in favor of something that we can work on bipartisanly that will help relieve people who need it the most. Forgive me, but people in my district aren't doing cartwheels over this economy. They haven't seen the impact that you claim that they're all receiving. People hear a lot of rhetoric, et cetera, but that doesn't pay their grocery bills. That doesn't pay their heating costs. That doesn't put fuel in their tanks. That doesn't help them get through the day-to-day grind of their lives. And so coming here and filling us with platitude and telling us how grateful we should be to the Trump administration for everything that it's done,
Well, Congressman,
is this war responsible for any of this?
Congressman, food at home is up 2.5% since President Trump took office.
Are we at war currently?
Which is twice.
Are we
It's
at
up
war
twice that much
currently?
every year under the Biden administration.
Are we at war currently?
The conflict has been halted.
The conflict has been halted. So we're not at war. So our military is not involved. We're not at war.
Again, if you would like for me to call the Secretary of War, I can ask. I'm the Secretary
So
of
as part of the
Treasury.
administration and as part of this, we're not at war. How in God's name, if we can't answer any questions at all, and I don't know, maybe there were some special orders where we're not allowed to these questions or not, we ought to make that clear. Are we at war or not? I'm asking as relation to the cost of going up for oil and gas. That hasn't risen? Has it risen because of the war?
It did rise because of the conflict, yes, sir.
The conflict. So that's what we call it. Our people go into battle and lose their lives.
Mr. Larson, your time has expired.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Secretary, nice to have you back before our committee. Mr. Secretary, do you believe that all Americans should follow our tax laws?
Yes, Congressman.
Yes, good, so do I. And do you believe that for those Americans who break our tax laws, they should be audited or held accountable?
Well, I think there are two things there. An audit is not a result of breaking the law.
Yes or no? Simple question.
Well, no, it's not
Do
a
you
simple
think-
question. It's
okay,
a two-part
then
question.
let me break it into two. Do you think they should?
If you're asking me,
Please don't
should every
interrupt
taxpayer be
me.
audited?
Please answer the, I came here for answers. If you came here to waste time, I'm going to try to make sure you don't do that. Do you believe that people who lie on their tax returns should be audited?
Yes.
Okay, do you think that people who break our laws should be held accountable, our tax laws?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Very simple. Not a hard question. I'm glad we agree. So why is it that you are allowing President Trump to have complete immunity from being audited?
Again, I'm going to have to refer you to my previous statements and
What was your previous statement, sir?
that I am unable to comment on any of the ongoing litigation.
Okay, can you name the ongoing case concerning President Trump's immunity from audit?
Sorry?
Can you name,
There are three cases.
Can you name them,
that
please?
are out there now, and I will be happy to get back to you on those, because again, I am not a lawyer.
Okay.
We are represented by the DOJ.
Great, you said that you can't because there's ongoing litigation. You'll get me the name of the ongoing litigation, because the only ongoing litigation that I know of is surrounding the $1.8 million slush fund, which has already been suspended. The fact is that the judge's ruling in the litigation that references that slush fund only addresses the anti-weaponization fund. It doesn't even address Trump's immunity from audit. So I would like to ask unanimous consent to enter into the record the judge's order in the Floyd versus Department of Justice case.
Without objection.
Thank you. Now, Secretary, you said you're not an attorney, is that correct?
Mercifully.
Okay, well, I am, and I'm actually proud to be an attorney and know the laws, and I know how to read a judicial ruling. Furthermore, I know that since 1962, the Supreme Court has held that ongoing litigation does not prevent someone from testifying in a congressional hearing. So once again, I'm going to ask, why are you allowing President Trump and his family to have complete immunity from being audited?
Again, since you're a lawyer, you will understand that The U.S. Treasury and the IRS are represented by the Justice Department and the Acting Attorney General.
Yes, but I just mentioned a Supreme Court case that doesn't bar you from testifying. It's pretty clear to me, though, however, that you're not interested in answering questions. You're interested in arguing. Let me ask you this question. If President Biden amended a prior tax return and claimed that he was owed $1 billion, do you think that that would be audited, or should it be audited?
I'm not going to talk about any
Because you're not really here to answer questions. I don't understand why you wouldn't audit that, and I don't understand why you wouldn't do the same for President Trump. So the ruling by the Justice Department,
do you have specific knowledge of an audit of President Trump?
Excuse me. It's my time.
You have specific
You're not here to
knowledge?
ask me questions. I'm here to ask you questions, and hopefully you're here to try to answer some of them. I'm curious to know who counts as Trump's family for the purposes of this immunity. Is it his children, his in-laws, his grandchildren, his second or third cousin, his great-great-grandchildren? Do you know the answer to that question, Mr. Secretary?
Again, I imagine you have the Justice Department phone number. I would suggest you call them.
I'm not the one that runs the Department of the Treasury or that oversees what is happening with this immunity
And
that has been granted.
I'm not the one either. We follow the instructions of our lawyers, and we obey the law,
I
Representative.
hope that you're proud of your performance today, Mr. Secretary,
well,
because I
hope you get some
I
social
think it's
media
pretty
clips.
safe to say that this is probably the most corrupt Treasury Department in our nation's history. And while
I am going to
while you
have to
dance
take
around questions
exception
to
with
protect
that. That is a
Trump,
slanderous
Americans are
statement.
suffering
That is a
in Trump's
slanderous
spiraling
statement.
economy.
And
Inflation is now rising faster than average hourly wages.
Nah.
Gas prices are at an all-time high with the war in Iran. The cost of groceries has risen 3.2% over the past years, and prices on most goods have gone up because of Trump's tariffs. So I don't see how you could call that anything other than a failure of the most corrupt Treasury Department in history.
Your time has expired, Ms. Sanchez.
Thank you. My
I'm not
time
gonna
has
take-
expired.
I'm not gonna
Secretary,
take
I would love for you to
firefighting hits.
respond to the accusations at your department, because I think you were due.
Let's
Always
be
kind of
absolutely clear about what John
unusual
Larson
when
just
you
exposed.
start a
The
hearing
Treasury Secretary of
and
the
are
United
instructed what
States
you can say or
repeatedly
can't
refused to
say
acknowledge
in an
two
open and
simple
free
realities:
democracy.
that rising
But,
gas prices are hurting American
having said that,
families, and that the administration
you mentioned
will
in
not
your
clearly describe the
testimony
conflict contributing to those
core
costs.
inflation a couple
Larson
of
approached the
times.
hearing from the perspective of
What's the
working families.
difference between
His constituents
core
are not
inflation
celebrating
and
economic
inflation?
reports. They're paying for groceries, fuel, and
Many
everyday
people believe,
necessities.
or it is,
So when Bessent
in
pointed to core
general,
inflation as proof that Americans
energy
are doing
prices
better,
and
Larson
food
immediately
prices,
challenged
which are
him.
much more
The exchange
fast-moving.
began with
And I would
inflation.
say that energy
Bessent
prices will
repeatedly
roll
cited
down
core
when this
inflation
Iran conflict
as
ends.
evidence that
So
the economy
did-
was improving.
Is gasoline
Larson asked a
considered
straightforward
part of
question.
core inflation?
What's
Yes,
the
sir.
difference between core
It
inflation
is. So those
and overall
remarks,
inflation?
core
Bessent's answer
inflation
exposed the
reflects
issue.
gasoline prices.
Core inflation
Core inflation,
includes categories
it
like
reflects
food
the underlying
and energy.
trend in inflation.
In other words,
and whether
it excludes the
that
very costs
inflation
many
has
families feel the
become
most.
endemic to
Larson
the
pointed
system
out
as it
that
did
gas prices had
during
increased.
President Biden's
Has the
Bessent
war in
insisted the
Iran
rise was
had
temporary.
anything to do with
Larson responded with obvious
core
disbelief,
inflation?
joking that his constituents
Sir?
must be thrilled about the price
Does
of
the
gas.
war in Iran
Then
have
came the
anything
gas
to
tax.
do with core inflation?
Larson asked directly whether the administration
Or you
supported
can't answer that,
eliminating
or
it.
either, or is this, is
Bessent
that, are we
avoided the
precluded
question
from
several
asking
times
that?
before finally acknowledging that the White
Well,
House
I'm
had
not sure what the
requested
question
Congress
is.
eliminate the tax.
Does, let me make it as simple as I can, does the war
Larson
in
asked a
Iran,
simple question.
are you with me?
well,
Does the war in Iran
Bessent would not
Thus
give a
far,
direct
sir.
cost,
answer. He said the
have
conflict had
witnessed
been halted.
the rise in
Pressed
gas
again.
prices as
So
it
we're not at
caused?
war?
Well, again,
Is the military
that
involved?
is the regular
Bessent
inflation,
deflected once more.
and gas prices have
That is
gone
when
up,
Larson's
which I believe
frustration
will be
became
temporary.
impossible to miss.
The core-
So
core-
gas
reason the
prices
question
have
mattered
gone
was
up,
both
but you
economic
believe they're
and moral.
temporary.
Core
Larson was
inflation,
connecting the conflict
it has
directly to
dropped
the rising fuel
0.5%
costs
since
affecting
President Trump
American
came to
families.
office.
Geez, you know, when I'm home in my
Eventually,
district, I'm going to just
Bessent
tell those
acknowledged that
people,
energy prices had
geez, you know
increased
what,
because
you've
of the
missed this
conflict.
whole thing. Don't you understand
Larson
core
seized on the
inflation?
admission immediately,
You guys are better
because that
off.
was the point.
I mean, these gas prices, I don't know
Americans are
what you
paying
people
higher
are thinking
prices
out
while
there.
officials refuse
For
to
God's
clearly
sake, you
describe
know,
the
they're just,
situation
you should be
contributing to
doing
that.
cartwheels in the
For
street
Larson,
over the price of
language
gas.
matters because
So what
families
is
are
the
living with
administration's
consequences.
plan to lower
Whether
gas
Washington
prices?
chooses to
We've
acknowledge
taken
them or
the
not.